Wildcats of Weymouth High. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and welcome to Marciano Stadium on the campus of Brockton High School for Dimension 36's coverage of the 1992 Thanksgiving Day football game as the Wildcats of Weymouth High take on the Boxers of Brockton. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Ducharme, wishing you a very happy holiday. Once again, the Wildcats are hoping that they can knock off the Boxers once again. You remember last year's dramatic 28-27 come-from-behind victory at Legion Field, one of the best games that you'd ever want to see, as today the Wildcats have the work cut out for them. The Boxers of head coach Armand Colombo, who you see on the middle of your screen. Armand Colombo's ball club 8-1 coming into this game after an opening game loss to Wagner of New York. The Boxers have just rolled over the rest of their opponents, and the weather really suiting them for this one because it is raining, and Brockton just loves to play smash mouth football, use their power eye to make things happen. As for the Wildcats, they're going to have to just do a lot of different things. Keep Brockton off balance is going to be the key phrase in this one. They're going to have to keep the Boxers wondering what's going to hit them next. And prior to the game, I talked to Wildcat head coach Joe Kelly, and I asked the coach about the rivalry factor between Weymouth and Brockton coming into this one. Pulaski. The AD.
Oh, the AD.
The Wildcats have won the toss. They have elected to receive on this very, very rainy day here at Marciano Stadium. Happy Thanksgiving as Alan Mercy kicks off for the Boxers. And he squibs it out of bounds as Jimmy Taylor watches it head out of bounds. Wildcats, interesting decision. Do you take the football there at about the 25, or do you have Brockton kick again? And I think the Wildcats will have Brockton kick again. As Coach Joe Kelly said, 12-minute quarters, and you see bottom of the scoreboard, Jay McGillis, the late Brockton High, Brockton College football player. Great athlete here at Brockton. And the Weymouth fans hoping that the Wildcats can do it once again. Wildcats feeling that, well, they're better off handling the football right where they are. Fernandez in motion. And absolutely nowhere for Mike Taylor, as Taylor gets to the 31-yard line. And the Weymouth offense for 1992. Let's meet them individually.
Jason Mosley leading the Brockton tacklers.
Second and 8 for the Wildcats from the 51-yard line. Just in the way. Stanton with his first pass. Mark will have to run. Stanton gets run out of bounds at about the 32, gets wiped out of the process along with the official. As the Boxers,
number 12,
Mike Landers puts him out of bounds. The Brockton defense, and a superb defense it is. It is led by 35, Lucien Belanger, the all-purpose linebacker for the Boxers. He's been the main man. Let's catch Armand Colombo. His team relies heavily on the power, and they are going to try to overwhelm the Wildcats. They have a huge size advantage. Third and 7. Stanton on the roll. Mark trying to get to the outside. Stanton gets pushed out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. Belanger makes the tackle, and the Wildcats trying to get out of the air a little bit on the first series. Stanton unable to really get any depth on the rollout and get rid of the football, so he had to run the last 2 plays, and it will be 4th down for the Wildcats. Getting the snap as we have played just 59 seconds. Michael Bourne awaiting the kick, and he has got superb speed, and Stanton rides out a high kick. And the Boxers just let it die. Excellent kick by Stanton, dies at the Boxer 21, and that's where the Boxers will start.
From their own 21
and the Brockton offense. Michael Bourne, Jason Mobley, and Lucien Belanger, 3 very strong, powerful backs. Michael Shaheen Coach Harmon Colombo before the season did not want him as his starting quarterback, but Shaheen won the battle for the job in an offensive line led by all-scholastic tackle Brent Warren, 6'6", 295. He's got a lot of Division I schools drooling over Brent. Michael Bourne, nowhere.
Michael Bourne, the ball carrier for Brockton.
Brian Scott from his linebacker position makes the stop. The Wildcats,
Tackle made by Brian.
a little nicked up defensively, is Captain Joe Donovan unable to play in this one. He has a knee injury.
Gain of 2 yards.
And he is going to have orthoscopic surgery after the season, so it is a big blow to the Wildcats. 2nd and 8, Boxers, who will just come at Weymouth. No pretense. They're just going to run the football. And second back throw. Michael Bourne getting it to about the 24-yard line.
Carries for Brockton.
It'll be 3rd down for the Boxers. Now, one thing that Michael Bourne has had problems with in his career at times, he's had the tendency to fumble the football. And on a day like this, it's almost like a red flag for the Wildcat defense if they can just do a little bit of reaching in. 3rd and 7, will Shaheen throw it on 3rd and 7? Fumbled snap. And Shaheen recovers and gets it just about back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down.
Shaheen covers the ball.
So the Wildcats get a little help from the elements in this first series. Now the elements are going to be interesting. Yes. Who adapts better?
Illegal motion penalty.
Yes, the Boxers will call for an illegal motion penalty. So a good start. For the Wildcats, offensively, defensively. And a low snap. There's markers down, and Lynn Campbell came flying in on the Brockton punter, Alan Bursey. And a legal procedure will blow the play dead. So the Wildcats almost getting the first big break.
Against the Boxers.
Ooh, Brockton getting a break. Bursey will be breaking back in punt formation. The Boxers like to just send the person back, a la Quincy used to do. And Alan Bursey gets a good snap and lines it out. He gets a good Boxer roll in the Weymouth territory. The Wildcat 48, and that's where the Wildcats will have the football.
Their own 42 yards.
The Boxers and the Wildcats, second meeting. Not the greatest weather conditions in the world. And the Wildcats are hoping once again to make things happen like they did in the beginning a year ago. And they came down and just took it to the Boxers right away. Stanton's first pass, and he overthrew Manny Fernandez. Patrick Velios on the coverage. Or checked it for Ely Pierce. 2nd down and 10. And Mark just trying to get a grip on the football. When it comes off hands of center Joe Collect to him on the snap, that's going to be a chore. Second and 10 Wildcats. Pierce breaking out towards you. As Fernandez. Michael Taylor on the ground. Taylor slices off 4, possibly 5, getting in the Brockton territory. Lucien Belanger grabbed him by the ankles. And Frank Bernard also there to make the stop. And the Wildcats would like to be able to slice off 4 and 5 yards whack, because to feel that, well, their tailbacks can make things happen against this Boxer defense. Boxer's still some good speed in that defense, but still just keeping Brockton off balance because it can enable Mark Stanton to throw the short passes when needed. Third down, Wildcats to the ground. Steve Keresy trying to go outside, cannot. Boxer defense, 35, Lucien Belanger once again. And Craig Bernard also there. As the two.
Lucien Belanger and Kenny Legal in on the tackle for the
made the stop. It'll be fourth down. And Mark Stanton to kick again. We had coverage all over the place as far as equipment goes. Us, Brockton Cable, we want to thank for a power outlet here. But the fact is we have coverage all over the place between plastic, umbrellas and everything. Stanton fields the snap. He rides out a nice kick. And Mark will see it roll dead. And one problem we do have is with the umbrellas at times is he rolls dead at the 7. And so far, you talk about an MVP start. It's for Mark Stanton with a punting game, not with a passing. Wildcat Senior has done some excellent kicking. And that's the key. If the Wildcat defense buckles down and does a job here, they can hold on to field position for a while. Shaheen and the Boxers, first down from their own 7-yard line, and people standing, and you don't blame them on a day like this, and we raise as high as we can go is Bourne, trying to hit to the outside. Michael Bourne cut down an excellent pursuit.
Carries for the Boxers.
As the Wildcat defense just strung the play out nicely. Brian Scott gets up from the pile along with Jimmy Taylor. As the two were able to string out the sweep.
Taylor.
And Michael Bourne getting 3. 2nd and 7. 6 minutes, 42 seconds to go. First period. Clock just ticking away here at Marciano Stadium. The Rock, they like to call it here in Brockton. No score. As Boxers with their second possession. Bourne deep back, power eye. Belanger and Mobley, two excellent backs in front of them. And a legal procedure on the Boxers. Boxers just making some silly mistakes here to start the game. And legal procedure on the Boxers. Originally, we were going to use a second camera and bring you this game like we normally do on Thanksgiving, but unfortunately, the weather conditions the way they are,
11.
it is next to impossible.
5-yard line.
If the Weymouth defense right now can buckle down here in the early going, as far as this game goes, it would be interesting. 2nd down, 11 Boxers from their own 5. And they again run the second back. Michael Bourne. Wildcats all over Bourne. Lynn Campbell. Or it'd be Jason Mobley with a carry. It's Campbell in the pile. Bonacolto. Shu Cunningham getting up from the bottom. And all three made sure that the Boxer running back goes nowhere. 3rd down and 6. Good crowd, considering the weather. Very good crowd. And Shaheen, play action, tries to screen, and just dumped it off. The Wildcats, excellent pressure. Bob Bonacolto and Adam Good came blitzing through, and they had Mike Shaheen all confused as he dumped it off to his lineman, who was the closest player, Chris Psychos. So the Wildcats coming after the Boxers right away, and so far the Wildcat defense has said, you know, we can play with you guys. We might be giving up a great deal of weight, but we can come at you and make things happen that way. Bursey to punt for the second time. Fernandez awaits the kick. And he just gets it away. Bursey. Fernandez smartly with a fair catch. Manny had no blocking on that situation, so Manny says, let me just get my hands on the football, give us the good field position, which is the Brockton 40, first down Wildcats. .4:59 left in the first period. So far, the defense is making things happen in the punting games, and Mark Stanton winning the battle in the punting game here in this first quarter. Wildcats would love to get on the board, take advantage of this field position, because this type of weather, you never know. Kersey slips. Steve can't get away from Patrick Velios.
Steve Kersey,
as the left cornerback for the Boxers makes the start. Patrick Velios. Second-year starter at cornerback. His brother Billy was the tight end a year ago. On the Wildcat running game, Kevin Burns, Michael Taylor, Steve Kersey would love to come up big. Not, say 100-yard type games, but the type of games 50, 60 yards. Stanton, bootleg. And all over Ely Pierce as Patrick Velios. I gotta tell you, we're in the stands and doing the game, and I'll tell you, Ely Pierce and the fans all around us pointed out quite nicely. Ely Pierce was wearing Patrick Velios like it was part of his uniform. So far, the Boxers are the ones who are making the mistakes. The Boxers are 8-1 coming into this game, and they are playing very confused football. Kersey getting what he could on that play is Steve. Gets about 2, maybe 3. Jason Persempieri. Danny Reardon also there on the tackle as Persempieri came slipping through, made the start. Second down, Wildcats still need 9. Fernandez in motion. Stanton rolls. Floating it out deep. And knocked away from Jimmy Taylor.
Covered and broken up by Picard Jacques.
Picard Jacques in on the tackle. Third down. And offensive coordinator Kevin Cobbin telling Mike Stanton what play to go with on third down.
Third down, Wildcats. 9 yards to go from the Boxer 24-yard line.
Only for the Wildcats in 2-down territory. Even if they come up empty, Brockton still does not have the best field position to work with. Fernandez on the reverse, excellent run. Manny trying to get outside. Manny turns the corner and gets the first down. Manny Fernandez perfectly run reverse. And if you remember back in the Plymouth game, it was a very tough call against David Gillespie on that reverse. And it was a call that really, Fernandez was already 12 yards downfield when they put the penalty on the Wildcats in that game. But this time the Wildcats run it perfectly and get the first down as they look to get on the board first with 3:20 to go. First period. And they're going to add even more as apparently the Boxers get called for the personal foul. So the Boxers maybe a little unglued and startled by what Weymouth is doing to them here in the early going from the 6-yard line. First and goal, Wildcats from the 6. as they have the first threat of the game. Stanton on the roll, trying to get outside. Stanton turns the corner, gets rolled out at about the 4.
By Jason Mosley.
Stanton setting up a second and goal situation. Jason Mosley would not let Mark Stanton turn the corner. Stanton and the Wildcats, second and goal. Movement in the box or line. Kersey on the pitch. Kersey cuts it inside, and Kersey to the 2. And let's see if there's anything called on that play.
Steve Kersey.
Apparently not. They said that the boxers did get back. Third and goal. Third and goal from the 3. And now timeout Wildcats. 2:38 to go, first period. Wildcats trying to get on the board first.
Timeout on the field, Weymouth.
Yep. 2:38 to go, first period. The Boxer band playing in the background as the rain has let up considerably, and it's just a mist at the moment. Third and goal, Wildcats. They've come up with one big third down play in this drive. Stanton, keeper, and Mark
Stanton carries for the Wildcats.
pushes his way. First down, Wildcats. Now apparently I said earlier that it was first and goal. It is now a first down because it's tough to see the markers, believe me, from where we are located.
First and goal, Weymouth.
We are realistically located 50-yard line, up in the top part of the stands. So first and goal for Cracks from the 2-yard line. Taylor, the call. Michael pushes in, touchdown! Michael Taylor kept driving and driving and put himself into the end zone, and Weymouth is on top by the score, 6-0. And Michael will try to nail a point after kick out of the hold of his brother. Talking to Michael's father prior to the game, he says the last game for the Taylor connection and trying to kick the football for the Wildcats. Weymouth is in the Brockton. We're coming to play. 7-0 Wildcats with 2:06 left in the first period. Wildcats winning the battle of the field position as they get ready to kick off. And they go to the onside again, and Taylor pooches it nicely. But the Boxers are there to recover. Michael Landers just did the smart thing. He dove and fell on the football. But Michael Taylor, who executed that onside pooch kick against Plymouth perfectly.
Brockton takes over first and 10.
Joe Kelly said we've got to do a lot of things. And the point was, keep Brockton off balance. So far, the Wildcats have done just that. But the key now is, after issuing this statement, the Wildcat defense making the plays right now. As Glenn Campbell stacks up Lucien Belanger at the line of scrimmage. Belanger gets about a yard on the play. Second down with 1:48 to go. First period. 7-0 Weymouth. If you just dial this on, Dimension 36, Mark Duchamp with you. From a misty Marciano Stadium. We've had a heavy, quick pouring rain prior to the game. That is when the heaviest of the rain was. Other than that, it's just your perfect football day in November. Muddy field, wet. Yeah, apparently. I do not know what the delay is. around at Marciano Stadium. Second down and 9 for the Boxers. Shaheen, the option pitch. Warren fumbles. Wildcats are on top of the football. Michael Shaheen made a poor pitch to Michael Bourne. Lynn Campbell falls on it.
Weymouth takes over. First and 10.
And the Wildcats have an opportunity to bang another one in and increase the 7-0 lead. You talk about one of those, like, hello, Brockton. The Wildcat defensive line at first down has just made some very nice plays and taken things away from the Boxers, forced them into different situations in second down. Stanton the throw. And behind, Manny Fernandez, who was his intended receiver.
Yeah, it's intended for.
Second down for the Wildcats and 10. As Mark had time, fact was that when Mark went to make the throw, he delivered behind Fernandez, who was coming over the middle on the crossing pattern. Taylor slips as he goes in motion. Stanton, good zip pass over the middle. Taylor, inside the 20 to the 19 goes Jimmy. First down, Weymouth.
Pass complete to Jim Taylor.
As the Wildcats took advantage of the fact that the Boxer linebackers came up on the play, and Stanton, the quick zip over the middle to his tight end Jim Taylor. First down, Weymouth. And the Wildcats are just trying to keep the Boxers off balance, and they have done that to start this game. Option pitch. Kersey, the corner. Great tackle, Lucien Belanger. Oh, did the Boxer linebacker come up and make a great tackle on Kersey. Second down. And Belanger showing why he'll probably be an all-scholastic. You can also add Brent Warren as far as their all-scholastic situation does go. Coach Adam Colombo has done an outstanding job with his Boxer football team this year. Taylor gets away from Danny Reardon and crossing the 15 to possibly the 14. And what will probably be the final play of this opening quarter. The Weymouth defense has done an outstanding job for one quarter of play, and they have been able to punch in a touchdown on top of it. The Wildcats 7, the Boxers nothing after 12. Second quarter about to begin at Marciano Stadium on the campus of Brockton High. I'm Mark Deshawn with you on the Thanksgiving Day game. And the Wildcats, considered by many heavy underdogs coming into this one, and it's been the Wildcats who've been the better ball club so far. They have an opportunity here, third down and 7 from the 15 to increase a 7-0 lead as the first quarter favored them. Fernandez in motion. Stanton. Excellent call to Ely Pierce. First and goal at the 5. Fernandez went to the flag, and then Ely Pierce followed behind it, turned it to the middle. First and goal. And Weymouth so far in the last two possessions, the third down play has been the big play. First and goal from the 5. Stanton option pitch. Taylor can't turn the corner. Defense of the Boxers strung it out superbly. Patrick Filios and Craig Bernard as the linebacker and cornerback were there. Bernard made the initial contact.
Lots of 3 yards on the play.
Second down and goal from the 8.
8-yard line.
And the funny thing is, it's considered that you're better off maybe back at the 8. You have a little more room than the 5 to make things happen. Morrissey goes in motion. Burns will cost the Wildcats. There's a reception made by Pierce. He only gets spun down at the 5. And the play should have been blown dead right on the spot. Kevin Burns made the movement prior. Mark Stanton goes over to check with offensive coordinator Kevin Cobbin, head coach Joe Kelly, line coach Bart Weber.
Illegal shift penalty assessed against Weymouth.
Wildcats have the penalty marched off against them. Second and goal, 13-yard line. So the Wildcats put themselves in a little bit of hole after the first down play loses 3. Stanton. Taylor over the middle. Jimmy to the 1. Jimmy Taylor, the tight end to the corner, and he ran it perfectly. First, second down, third down, and goal. I'll get there yet. It's Mark Stanton just taking what's there and playing it smart. Third and goal at the 1. Now this is where Joe Donovan is missed. Because Joe Donovan is the type of back that he could just power in there. Kevin Burns, 170 pounds, and Brockton wants a timeout. 9:34 to go first half. The Wildcats are coming over and looking at their coaches on what they want to call on this third and goal play. Third and goal from the 1 as the Wildcats just got to push the football forward about, say, a foot. Taylor slices in. Michael Taylor, touchdown! Michael Taylor got the blocking from the right side of the line. George Pachuto, center Joe Collette, and right tackle Ryan Casey gave the Wildcat tailback just enough to slice through. 13-0 Weymouth, 9:30 to go, first half. Programs here. And now Michael will try to make it a 14-0 game out of the hole of Jimmy Taylor. And a flag down on the point after. And possibility of a little personal foul after as Michael Taylor hits the point after. We'll tell you about the penalty on the kickoff.
Running into the kicker penalty.
Roughing the kicker penalty on the Boxers. Taylor to kick off from the 45. And the Wildcats once again try the onside kick. And Adam Good put it a little too high in the air. Brockton will have excellent field position as Delaney with a recovery. But the fact of the matter is, the Wildcats are just trying to make it happen, do everything possible, all the tricks that he can. And so far, the defense and the special teams are the reason the offense has had to move 40 yards twice for touchdowns. Both scored by Michael Taylor, 14-0 Weymouth. And Michael Bourne, best run of the day so far for the Boxers is the tailback in the Weymouth territory. 7 on the play. Roy Ward, Adam Good, make the tackle. Second down. Boxers' first time in Weymouth territory. The thing is, Weymouth, as compared to last year getting us the lead, is Bourne again. Bourne close to the first down to the 44. As the middle of the Wildcat defense, Brian Scott, Michael Taylor, the tackle. But the thing is, for the Boxers. A year ago, you were relying on Mark Pileski, Lamar Lee to go deep. Mark Hartzell, who had a cannon for an arm, he's at Boston College. He's one of the backup quarterbacks for Coach Tom Coughlin. They would go deep. The Boxers have to grind it out in chunks. Their most explosive player is Michael Bourne in the backfield. Bourne has this great speed. Jason Mobley gets maybe 2. George Papachristos.
Jason Mosley, the ball carrier.
Who did not get to play in this game a year ago, as George got injured in the junior varsity game. Injured the neck. And George, in the exuberation a year ago, almost was the person who fell after the victory last year for the Wildcats. Second down and 8. This has been the key so far. The Wildcats have given Brockton second and launch. Michael Bourne inside the 40, down to about the 39.
Mike Taylor and Adam Goody in on the tackle.
Adam Good, Wildcat leading tackler, and he's had an outstanding season, Adam. It's been an individual who just has done so much that has gone unappreciated, I think, in aspects of just being in there, making the tackles. He's had a banged-up ankle during the season, and Adam has been able to stick with it. And the Wildcat captain was smiling before the game. He was hoping that it was going to be a fine finish. Shaheen, play action. Complete to the 23-yard line. Stanton on the tackle. As there will be 15 more on the completion.
Pass complete to number 86, Stephen Pina.
Stephen Pina, the tight end, gets the first down and more. As Mark Stanton a little frustrated in on the tackle. So the Boxers get a big play. Shaheen ran perfect play action and then gunned it for the open Pina.
Personal fouls, that will be assessed against Weymouth.
So the Wildcats, you don't want to do is give Brockton that type of field position.
On the Weymouth 11-yard line.
First down, 11-yard line for the Boxers. They need 10 and 11 for the score. And this is where the Boxers would be very effective in this matchup. In this area of the field. Bourne the pitch. Gaping hole. Michael scores!
Michael Bourne on an 11-yard touchdown run. Boxer.
Michael Bourne on the toss pitch, turned the corner, excellent blocking at the point of attack, and the Boxers are on the board with 6:25 to go in the half. 14-0 ball game. 14-6 now, that is. An interesting decision what the Boxers will do. They go for the 2. Alan Bursey is their place kicker. Bourne, second back. Gets it. Well, the Boxers have said the Wildcats, we're not 8-1 for a reason, as Michael Bourne accounts for all the points and complete that Brockton touchdown drive of 53 yards. We'll see Alan Bursey to kick off, and he misfires. Smart play, Jimmy Taylor. Because Taylor really didn't have any avenue to go. He just got the football. That's the prime concern on a day like this. Get your hands on the football, get possession.
By number 82, Jim Taylor.
Is Jimmy with a recovery at the 34-yard line. That's where the Wildcats will have it. But the Boxer drive, and aided by that great play action fake by Michael Shaheen, as he just found Stephen Pena wide open, and then the personal foul penalty on top of it. Weymouth needs to come up with a little movement here on the offense just to take some of the momentum away. Currency on the pitch. Turns the corner. Steve crosses the 40 to the 43, and he is very close to a first down.
Carrier for Weymouth.
And the Wildcats, Troy Semper and Patrick Velios make the stop. 6 minutes to go first half, and the Wildcats with a 14-8 lead. As they pushed out to a 14-0 lead, as the defense and special teams gave them excellent field position. Michael Taylor finishing off a 40-yard drive, and then after a bad pitch by Michael Shaheen, the Wildcats were able to move the football again. And now timeout. Weymouth will spend the timeout. 5:40 left in the first half. 14-8 Weymouth. Red one Wildcats. As Fernandez comes towards you. Stanton. Deep downfield, and a battle for the ball. Manny Fernandez said that Troy Semper was pushing with him. And Semper was using the inside hand, but no call on the play. 3rd and 1. All it comes down to is a long incompletion. 3rd and 1. So the Wildcats, it was a good gamble on 2nd and 1. Straight ahead for Sempieri. May have just stuffed the play. Where the marking of the football is the key.
And Brent Warren in on the tackle for the Boxers.
And Mark Stanton says we're pretty close. And surprised we're not having a measurement for this 3rd down, now be 4th down if it's short. Fourth down and about a foot. And Stanton is the punter. Wildcats just might say the field position, yeah, let's not tamper too much. We got the lead, take advantage, let the Boxers with 4:30 plus go a long ways. Mark Stanton the kick, and the rain has to come down. Delay, Wildcats.
Only a game penalty indicated against Weymouth.
The whole feeling was that the Wildcats, on the situation, that if they could get the Boxers to be a little over anxious. And the Wildcats right now would just like to try to get a good kick, get out of the first half ahead. The official explains to Kevin Cobbin and Joe Kelly. And the two are smiling about the situation. Stanton the punt. And he just wanted to get it away. The footing the way it is, just kick the football, and Mark does that. 25 of Brockton is where the Boxers will have it.
Got him good down the ball for Weymouth. Brockton
with 4:03 left.
From their own 25-yard line.
4 minutes, 3 seconds left, first half. 14-8 Weymouth as they get the two quick touchdowns. And the Boxers, after the Wildcats tried to gamble and get a set up for a third. It's an onside kick attempt recovered by the Boxers. And they punch it in with Michael Bourne scoring from 11 yards out. Bourne gets the call. Michael, good power for 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. As Michael gets it to about the 30.
Campbell, the tackle.
Lynn Campbell, the right defensive end, in on the stop. And this is where the rain also, in a sense, benefits the Wildcat situation, because Shaheen will have a little bit of a tougher time throwing the football now in this type of rain. That just started to come down all of a sudden. Bourne again, spinning away from the initial hit.
Michael Bourne, the
Panitsky had a piece of him. And Brian Scott wrapped him up. Scott made the play, and 3rd down and about a yard to go. Bourne almost caught in the backfield. The Wildcats changing up personnel on a day with the 12-minute periods. Wildcats usually with the old Colony League 10 minutes. So the fresh troops are needed. Boxers timeout with 2:46 left in the half. 14-8 Wildcats. 3rd down and about a yard to go for the Boxers. Michael Shaheen looks over the Wildcat defense. He gives to Belanger on the ground, and Lucien. First down to about the 40. Belanger, 200-pound fullback, just burrowed his way through. And going to be pointed out, Lucien started the year as the guard right next to center. Chris Sykos on the line. And he was moved to the backfield after the Warren, New York game. And he has given Coach Armin Colombo that back in the backfield that can just lead through the hole. Somebody like Michael Bourne and Jason Mobley, who both have good speed, and he can lead them through. Shaheen, deep, incomplete, intended for Alan Bursey.
Pass intended for Alan Bursey.
As the coverage by Jimmy Taylor.
Covered on the play by Jim Taylor.
Taylor had the better avenue to the football. Bursey had slipped on the play, and then Taylor was also there as well. And Jimmy just couldn't come up with the football. It was tough to track because the ball's just fluttering in 5 different directions coming out to him. 2nd down and 10. Michael Bourne is cut down by Bob Bonacolto. As a sophomore defensive tackle,
Campbell
came barreling through and made the play along with Adam Good. 3rd and 9. 1 minute, 50 seconds to go. First half. It's an interesting call right here. Coach Armin Colombo really good of the air here in 3rd down and 9. Bourne the call. Michael Bourne will not get the first down. He'll be way short. 45-yard line.
Brockton.
4th down and about 4. 1 minute and 22 left in the first half.
And Roy Ward making the tackle for Weymouth.
Interesting to see. Box is going to think about this call. 1:13 left in the half. 14-8 Wildcats. Boxers, 4th down and 4. And Bursey shifts back in the punt formation. And the snap is there. That's a good punt. Michael Taylor just watches it die. 15-yard line. Weymouth will have it in 1 minute and 4 to go.
The Boxers. Weymouth takes over, 1st and 10.
The Wildcats,
15-yard line.
they would like to get a first down with this possession, kill the clock, because the field position is nothing to write home about, and just say in the first half we've done our job, we're at 14-8, and then get ready for the second half. Stanton runs. Mark ducks and dives. And getting rid of, we're awfully close. They're coming in a little late. Stanton, good yardage on the play. That's something that the Wildcats wanted on that first down play. As we go to 45 seconds to go, first half. And the Wildcats just taking their time, smartly taking their time. Let's consider the first half a success.
You can sneak on me.
Go home, be happy. Taylor getting good yardage. Wayne fans groaned a little. They thought it was a little extra on the hit. 15, 14. Realistically, the Wildcats will stay in the huddle, call it quits, let the first half come to an end, and they should. They should. Michael Taylor getting a touchdown in the first period and one in the second period as well. Michael Boren scored the Boxer touchdown. The Wildcats 14, the Boxers 8. We'll be back with halftime entertainment in a moment. Wildcats have come out with some good, strong defense, good special teams, and a very opportunistic offense. 14-8 they lead. Michael Taylor gets set to Squibbit to start the second half, fearing Michael Bourne's great speed. And the fact is, you never know with an up-front person, a lineman trying to grab the football. And Stephen Pina getting the onside, well, squib kick, but Stephen Pina, a tight end, who's got good hands, excellent blocker. And Brockton will have the football at their 38. Halftime numbers in favor of the Wildcats. The big fact, I think, in the first half, as far as the numbers go, one turnover. And that was a bad pitch by Michael Shaheen. First and 10 Boxers. Michael Bourne, oh, what a defensive play. Linebacker Adam Good came smoking through on the blitz and grabbed Bourne before he could get going. Adam came into the game, averaging almost 11 tackles per contest. And you have to remember, too, that Adams had a banged-up ankle, and there have been times when Adam has not played the entire game, so it could have been nearly 13 per game for the senior linebacker. He's also come up with a couple of fumble recoveries this year. And he's hoping that this last game will end the way the career has gone so far with success. So Shaheen, the dump off, and almost intercepted off Jason Mobley's hands.
That's intended for Jason
Jimmy
Mobley.
Taylor
Incomplete.
went sliding through and almost came up with the interception. Third down for the Boxers, and they'll need 11. So the Wildcats change up defensively. Stanton, Fernandez, Gerard, fresh defensive backs, and also the figuring with the 12-minute quarters as compared to 10 over the year. But the Wildcats want to keep fresh troops in there. Shaheen, good catch, Alan Bursey. First down at midfield. Bursey just had more determination in going for the football
Alan Bursey
as he took it away from Taylor.
the first down.
Oh, Alan Bursey with a catch of the game so far, as he just took it away from Taylor. Taylor had good coverage. Two people of about even height, and give credit where credit's due. Bursey pulled it away. So the Boxers get out of a 3rd and 11 jam, get the ball to midfield. 11:06 to go, third period. 14-8 Weymouth. As Mobley lost possession of the football,
To the ball carrier.
as he is dropped at the 49, a yard gain, second down.
Tackle made by Jim Taylor.
Jimmy Taylor getting credit for the tackle. Jimmy Taylor has had an outstanding game, both sides of the football. Wildcat seniors were all remarking to me in interviews the fact that they have to be the leader, step up. the performance of the ball club, not only in practices but in the game. Just keep the underclassmen feeling that, hey, we can do it. And the seniors have played quite well. 2nd and 9, Boxers. Bourne spun down after about 3. Adam Good, Jimmy Taylor.
Yeah.
Over there, tackle. 3rd down. And let's see, the Boxers needed to get it to just about the 40. It'd be interesting, the Shaheen going back to the air. He has moved the ball around as far as receivers so far. He's thrown one for Stephen Pina for a 1st down. He's thrown one to Alan Bursey for a 1st down. He's also used Jason Mobley a couple of times on passes. Maybe some movement on the line as Shaheen airs it out deep. Holy cow! Flag down on the play.
We have flags on the play.
Almost intercepted and almost caught on the rebound. But a flag down on the play. Adam Good says it's on Brockton with his clapping. And also flag back upfield. It should be motion on Brockton. That's called. Pass interference, Brockton. Daily double for the Boxers. And the fact of the matter is the Wildcats will refuse both. It's Alan Bursey, the intended receiver on that play. Bursey had watched as Fernandez came floating by. They'll say the Wildcats will take the offensive pass interference, figuring that the field position is the key. I thought they might refuse and force the Boxers to punt. And it'll be still 3rd down. Oh, 4th down, so apparently the loss on the down on the play and the offensive pass interference, which in the pros it is, and that's what gets confusing to a lot of people in calling high school football. But the Boxers will be kicking it away. But a couple of times this year, the Wildcats have hit deflected passes that have gone the other way. Bursey, a sophomore. Excellent kick. Fumbled and recovered immediately. Michael Taylor grabbed the football, fell on top of it. Weymouth will have the football at the 27-yard line.
Weymouth takes over 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
So the Wildcat offense did some things that were given to them in the 1st half. And we'll see how their approach is in the 2nd half. Stanton bootleg, in trouble. Mobley chases him. Stanton running. Gets out of bounds at the 27, clears out a few people as well. But Mark Stanton put an excellent stutter move on Jason Mobley. But Mobley just came in and he just had the sights lined up on Stanton. He looked like he was going to wrap him up for a loss. And then all of a sudden Stanton just put on that 1-2 stutter move and he just slipped by him. And you look back at the Plymouth game, the last game we brought you football-wise here in Dimension 36, that move he made between 2 Plymouth would-be tacklers was possibly one of the greatest moves, taking a 9-yard loss and making it a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 7. Stanton, deep downfield, and overthrows Fernandez. Landers on the coverage.
Have it on the play by number.
Yes, Semper on the coverage, but Fernandez couldn't get the step on him. 3rd down and 7. Wildcats figuring that maybe Fernandez and the Boxers would be looking for Fernandez short, that Manning could break it long. 3rd down, forget it. Stanton gets rolled. Steve Kersey trying to throw a block. And no way was he getting away from Craig Bernard, who came barreling through on the blitz.
Larry Stroud leading the defense. defensive charge for the Brockton Boxers.
Fourth down.
From their own
And the Wildcats will need 11, but the Boxers calling the blitz at the right time. Stanton trying to get the quick pass off, and it was excellent defense by the Boxers. And Mark, who had 2 excellent punts in the first half, hits that one flat. Bourne just watches it die at the 36. Adam Good putting his hands on it with 8:20 to go. Third period with a marker down.
7-yard line, we have flags on the field.
It's on Brockton, the penalty. Yeah, maybe it's a push in the back. It was a cross field where the marker came. And if it's a push in the back, it always seems to happen on kick returns. No matter if you're watching Pop Warner, professional, college, high school, that always seems to happen. And the Weymouth defense would love this call because they're going to have the Boxers inside their 30-yard line. So the Boxers will be at their 25, first down.
Brockton takes over 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
Wildcat defense. Shaheen Bourne on the pitch. Bourne trying to get outside. Taylor had him. Bourne fumbles. And oh, Bourne was fortunate. It was right in front of him. The sidelines and the football. But Michael Bourne almost broke it. Michael Bourne almost off to the races. Wildcats look like they had the play strung out. But Michael Bourne, who's got that good speed, just cut it nicely. Gets 18 on the play, first down Boxers. But Bourne was fortunate in the aspect. Sideline was right near him when he fumbled the football. And the fact was he didn't fumble it that far in front of him where he could have to go a good distance. Belanger just barreling to the midfield strike.
Belanger, the ball carrier.
It's Lucien brought down by Brian Scott. Lucien getting some excellent blocking from the Brockton right side of the line. This Chris Plord just led him right through the hole. And Belanger sets up a second down and 5 situation. Bourne, second back, being chased down by Jim Taylor
Carries for the Boxers.
and Joe Collette. First down, Wildcat 46.
Jim Taylor.
So the Boxers getting a first down.
Very good for a Boxer first down.
As Michael Bourne able to just slice through in the right side of the line. Chris Plord, Brent Warren. You're talking about 295 and about 225 opening a hole. And Shute Cunningham, who is just hung tough. Don't forget, it's going to be times when it's going to be just a little too much to bang with these people. As Jason Mobley rips off nearly first down yardage. Or Roy Ward on the tackle.
Tackle made by Roy Ward.
So a first down, Boxers.
The Weymouth 35-yard line.
Jason Mosley and Lucien Belanger right now are being counted on to make more things happen for the Boxers. As the two of them have made life easy for Michael Bourne here in the second half, getting the 6-7 yards a shot. Bourne spinning away and a good tackle, Roy Ward. Bourne spun away from the line of scrimmage, and there was Roy Ward just sitting there and plunked the shoulder into the Boxer running back, 2nd and 9. Head to 6 minutes to go, third quarter, Wildcats 14-8. And the Boxers, this is something that they've wanted to do. It's just power at the Wildcats, make things happen with the inside tackle running attack. And the Wildcats are just going to have to stand tall and absorb. It's going to be Jason Mosley trying to find the opening, and Jason saw some muddy white shirts just string the play out. Adam Good makes a tackle, and Mosley shaken up in the play. We'll take a break, 5:27 to go. Third period, 14-8 Wildcats. Jason Mosley able to walk off under his own power. Third down, 7. Ground game, Belanger close to a first down. The marking of the football will determine what the Boxers will have coming up for them. As the left side of the Boxer line just opened up a hole for Belanger to run through.
In on the tackle for Weymouth.
The Boxer size in the line right now, the key in this drive. It'll be short. Fourth down, and the Boxers need a yard for the first down, less than a yard, in fact. 4:32, and be an interesting call. A lot of teams usually go quarterback sneak. Okay, Director Dale Ketchum says a little pass over the middle. I kind of doubt it. I think you see Belanger. Shaheen. Interesting. The marking is a first down. Wildcats tried to take one away from the officials and say that, hey, we stopped them back there, but Wildcat defense, Hugh Cunningham, Bob Bonacolto, made some nice penetration. And the Boxers at the Wildcat 24 and doing it with the ground game. Wildcats almost came up with stop and fourth down, and Belanger tripped up. Jay Wilson with a knifing tackle, and if he doesn't, Belanger's off to the races, and Jay Wilson just stuck the shoulder in and paid the price. 2nd and 5 coming up, and right now it's the Boxer size and strength against the Wildcat quickness and Wildcat ability to make something happen. Right here, the Wildcats are trying to keep the Boxers off balance. They have done that for the most part, but right now the Boxers trying to make something happen with the ground game. Bourne, second back, going through the line, gets it to the 15. It'll be a yard short, 3rd and 1. 2:55 to go, third period. Weymouth with a 14-8 lead. This Wildcat team just hanging tough. They're just hoping to come up with that stop once again. Belanger, probably the main man on this call. He gets the first down run. Michael Taylor stopped him. Not before Lucien Belanger got it to the 12-yard line. Boxers just overpowering the Wildcats.
Taylor and Mike Taylor, the tackle.
That's all there is to it right now. The Boxers are just coming out and saying, here we come, see if you can stop us. The Wildcats are not able to stop them at the moment. The impressive thing about this drive is the fact that you'll look at the conditions handling the football. The Boxers have done a nice job. Belanger, flag down. And that's going to be an interesting call. It's in the whole area where holding could be called, or a face mask on the tackle.
Holding penalty.
Holding the boxers, and that changes things around for the boxers. Because on first down, to get 8, 9, 10 yards, a whack. And I'm being generous on that 8, 9, 10 yards whack comment.
Holding penalty, might stop against Brockton.
But every time it turned around, it seemed like the boxers had second or third in about 1 or 2. Instead, the boxers will have to move it to the Weymouth 2 for a first down and 20 for the touchdown.
Down boxes from the Weymouth 20.
So the middle of the line for the boxers get caught. Bourne almost breaking it as Michael with an excellent cut
Michael Bourne,
to the
ball carrier.
14-yard line. The Wildcat able to stop the play after 6 yards, second down and 12.
Leading the Weymouth tacklers.
As the Wildcat defensive backs making more and more tackles at the moment. As compared to the early going, it was more the line and the linebackers getting in on the plays. And this reminiscent a year ago. As it's Bourne cutting through. Boxers have tied the game with 42 seconds to go, third period. The right side of the line just opened up a hole, and Michael Bourne just slides through it and takes off to the end zone. We are deadlocked, 14 apiece, 42 seconds to go, third period. Bursey will try to add the extra point. Boxers first lead of the game, 15-14, 42 seconds to go, third period. Alan Bursey to kick off the Boxers with the old-fashioned power drive. Take the lead. And the Wildcats looking for the return. And a good one by Kevin Burns to the 35. Wildcats will try to answer the Boxer drive with one of their own. Kirasi going nowhere. Presempieri cut him down at 15. Personal foul, Boxers. Unnecessary hit.
Carrier for Weymouth. Leading the box attack.
Boxers hit for the personal foul as Stanton on the move. Mark breaks away! Inside the 30 goes Stanton! At the end of the third quarter, the Wildcat quarterback with a big run, and the Wildcats are on the move when we head to the fourth quarter. As the Boxers getting the only points of the third quarter, have a 15-14 lead after 3.
15, the Weymouth High School.
Wildcats have done everything you could ask of this ball club and a great deal more. They have come after Brockton with everything. They led 14-0 to Michael Taylor touchdown run. Boxers came back with a superb power drive to take the lead. As we get to the fourth quarter, 15-14 the Boxers. And Mark Stanton just ripped off that beautiful run, hoping that he could have one more big run just like that. Stanton keeps, dives over the top for about maybe 2. It's Mark, Jason Presempieri.
Jason Mosley and Kenny Legault in on the tackle.
Chasing him. Mosley made the tackle.
Lucky program number in your program.
But I would
the lucky
tell you,
number
Mark
is
Stanton,
289.
who's
Your
just off
program
camera
contains
review,
the
as you
lucky
look at the
number
huddle.
289. You
There's
may
Mark.
claim your $25 cash
Had to fix his shoulder pads. They got jostled a little on that play.
Stadium. That's number 289.
Second and 8 for the Wildcats. Block, Heresy. Hello, my name is Lucien Belanger, and I want to introduce myself to you.
Carrier, Lucien Belanger, the tackler.
Belanger just ran over Heresy, and knowing Steve the way I do, Heresy was probably shook at first, but I'll tell you, knowing Steve the way I do, he'll just go like, okay, you got me, but I'll come back at you somehow. He's a hard-working athlete. And Lucien Belanger gave him a greeting. Big play, 3rd and 8. Wildcats in 2-down territory when you look at it. Stanton gets a good block and throws it off his back foot away. Mark had to.
Intended for Pierce. Out of bounds.
Mark had to throw that away because the Boxers had the good pressure. They had every avenue cut off. And Stanton just threw it away, and it'll be 4th down. And Mark trying to get rid of the mud off his hands. It'll be interesting to see the Wildcats could go back to the situation of using Jimmy Taylor. The Boxer defense apparently making the adjustments on that quick pass over the middle of Taylor. You also got to remember, too, Jimmy just put in a lot of time defensively. 4th down and 8. Stanton slips. Deep downfield. Pierce couldn't get to the football. Oh, Ely Pierce had an opportunity when Patrick Bellios slipped. And Ely Pierce just couldn't keep his footing, and if Ely Pierce comes back, he's got the football, and it becomes interesting. So the Boxers hang on, and the Wildcats drive just by the boards. Remember about 3 weeks ago, when a defensive back slipped, Ely Pierce was able to run underneath the football to help the Wildcats win a game against Bridgewater. Weymouth defense doesn't come up with the stops. Belanger. Bulls to the 30.
Stacked up by the center of the Weymouth
as the Wildcat defense just bunched up. Brian Scott in on the stop. Shu Cunningham in on the tackle as well, but looking down off camera view, Ely Pierce just trying to get the mud out of his cleats. Ely gave it the best shot he could. Mark Stanton did as well as he could because Mark, in coming out from center, kept slipping and sliding. And it is getting to the point where it is tough to really keep your footing on this field. And there goes Bourne. Wilson on the chase. Michael Bourne, 70-yard touchdown run. Simple handoff. Michael Bourne took care of the rest. As he just barreled through, and the Boxers 21, the Wildcats 14, 9:18 left. Wildcat defense. Hit for the Michael Bourne 69-yard touchdown run. They want to come up with a stop here. It's on the two-point conversion. It's Bourne spinning, twisting, and not getting in. That's big. It's a 7-point game with 9:18 left. 21-14. The Wildcats can come down and score. It becomes interesting.
Remaining in the game,
Two-play drive. Michael Bourne took care of most of those yards. And the squib kick comes through. Michael Taylor, who's been very busy in this one. Michael Taylor getting across the 30 to the 33-yard line, and that's where Weymouth will have it. 9:12 left and down by 7. And for this Wildcat offense,
Mike Taylor on the return.
no alibi on that fourth down play they did not come up with.
Leading the Brockton.
It was a situation Mark Stanton had trouble getting away from the center and the turf. He just couldn't get his footing, which is going to happen in this game. And
First down, Weymouth from
the
their
Wildcats
own
just didn't cash in, and then the Boxers with a quick, sudden strike increased the lead. Stanton for Fernandez on the screen, and Manny gets crunched.
Pass intended for Manny Fernandez. Covered on the play by
Mark
Kenny Legault.
Threw it too high, and Kenny Legault just let Manny Fernandez know it was in the neighborhood as Manny, the way he was getting that. .908 left. I believe you can see another finish like we did last year. Wildcats are hoping so. Stanton zips it complete. Ely Pierce. Pierce to midfield and in the Brockton territory. First down. Ely Pierce, the sophomore, has been coming on and on as the end of the season has progressed.
Tackle made by Picard Shuck and Mike
It's
Weymouth.
Ely with his 11th catch of the season and a first down.
First down, Weymouth at midfield.
Eight minutes, 45 seconds left. 21-14, Brockton. And they've done it the way that was expected in this game for the Boxers to do it. Is on the busted play, Kerosene nowhere. For Sempieri.
Kerosene the ball.
And Legault just stood the play up.
By Craig Bernard and Jason for Sampieri.
Second down and 10. As Kevin Burns went to lead Kerosene to the hole, and well, Kevin slipped coming off the mark, and nothing could be done about the play. Second down and 10 for the Wildcats. Stanton. Complete, Ely Pierce. Loses the football. Brockton's got it. Pierce had it stripped away from him, and the Boxers recover.
Recovery made by number 14, Troy Semper.
Troy Semper just took it away from Ely. Ely went to put it away, and as he was putting it away, Semper just reached the two hands in there and just wiped it free. And the Wildcats get hurt. 21-14, 7:51 left. And the Wildcat defense needing to come up with the plays now. This Weymouth defense maybe getting worn down just a little bit. Belanger getting about 200 earned yards because the Wildcats, one thing about this ball club today, they have just come after Brockton, come after the Boxers, and they haven't quit.
Lynn Campbell and Roy Watt in on the tackle for Weymouth.
They have not quit. They have given the Boxers everything that the Boxers have ever wanted. Second down and 9. When we run this play, we'll be under 7 minutes left as the Boxers have been able to run the football here in the second half. It'll be a 4th down and 5 situation as Michael Bourne getting about 40 on the play. It's Bourne just blowing
Mike
through.
Taylor leading the Weymouth tackle.
6:50 left. And this Wildcat defense is going to come up big. Get the ball back to the offense. The offense is doing some things very well. But one drive ended at the Boxer 25. Another drive just ending at the Boxer 35 on the Troy Semper defensive play. It is going to be Mosley getting the 1st down. Jason Mosley on misdirection in getting the 1st down as he gets 9 on the play.
And Roy Ward. That carry good for a
Jason Mosley
from their own 46.
Able to slice his way through as they went Belanger going off the right side, and then with Shaheen off the ball fake to Belanger. Mosley, who's the other back in the power eye, took it and sliced off the left. 1st down, Boxers. 5:50 to go. Shaheen, busted play, no gain.
Mike Shaheen carries for Brockton.
I'm not sure. I'll hold off on saying that was a busted play because it looked as though that Michael Shaheen
Taylor leading the Weymouth tackle.
just wanted to get down the line and maybe run on option, but Shaheen gets stopped, no gain, 2nd and 10. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left. You're going to watch the clock, as that is right now the ally of the Boxers, who trailed at one point in this game, 14-0. Michael Bourne trying to take off to the races, and he's prevented from breaking it.
Michael Bourne, the ball carrier.
Adam Good, touchdown saving tackle. But Michael Bourne would have only had to beat Michael Taylor to the end zone. That would have been it.
Adam Goody another tackle for Weymouth.
And before anything goes on in this game, you got to praise the efforts of Jimmy Taylor, Adam Good, and Shu Cunningham and Lynn Campbell defensively. Just, they have had some outstanding games during the season, but this is one of their better ones. They've been all over the field. Belanger gets a yard.
Lucian Belanger, the ball carrier, stacked up by
Brian
the center
Scott.
of this defensive line.
In on the tackle. The whole Wildcat defense has really worked hard in this one, but right now they're up against it with 4:20 left. They have got to make the stop right here and now, and that's all there is to it as the skies start to brighten here in Brockton. I'll tell you, everybody's sort of just looking around after the way this game began in the rain.
Turned into the press box. We are holding a set of car keys.
4 minutes, 5 seconds left. Brockton just taking their time. Bourne stuck at the line of scrimmage. Another guy who's had a good game.
Michael Bourne.
George Papachristos, also George Pachuto in on the tackle. Timeout Wildcats, 3:40 left. Wildcats hoping for the strong finish like they had a year ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remember to support and thank those sponsors of Brockton.
Those are the numbers, folks. Wildcats are going to come up with the stop here on 3rd and 7.
Wishes from his family and friends.
3rd down and 7. And a tough run, Jason, by Michael Bourne. Wildcats signal timeout to be 4th and about 2.
Jay Wilson leading the Weymouth.
4th down and 2 for the Boxers. And the Wildcats need to come up with a stop. And Michael Shaheen wants to talk about it. Wildcats trying to just come up with a stop here on 4th down. Michael Bourne, Wildcat defense does the job. And defensive coordinator Russ Katora applauds the effort. That's the Wildcats have left to try to pull this one out. Can they do it again? Stanton in trouble. Gets pucked back at the 27-yard line. Craig Bernard chased him down and made the stop.
Jason Mosley, Brent Warren, and Lucian Belanger in on the tackle.
We had under 3 minutes left. And it was about this time a year ago that the Wildcats mounted that famed drive.
Down Weymouth 14.
And it's about, well, the same area of the field, for the most part. But let's see what this year's version can do. Stanton pressure. Mark in trouble, somehow getting away and throwing away. Flag down. And they're going to say that Stanton is called for grounding, and that is a bad call if that's the call. Because Mark came over, and I was going by the Stanton reaction. An eligible receiver. Oh, intentional grounding on Weymouth.
Illegal man downfield.
As the signals are giving the officials back to us, they've done a nice job today. But it appeared, I thought that Mark, threw the ball away, we were supposed to do. And the decision on the penalty by the Boxers. Ooh. Let's see what they decide to do, and I don't see what their reactions are. Lucy and Belanger started jumping up and down. Third down and 14 as it's declined. The Wildcats had an eligible receiver downfield.
Third down, Weymouth, 14 yards to go from their own.
Right now the Boxers just overpowering the Wildcats at the line of scrimmage. And the reason being, quite simply, the fact that the Boxers know that Mark Stanton has to throw the football. And they're just coming after him and trying to put the pressure on Stanton. Who's in trouble again. Mark running. Gets collared at the 31-yard line. Patrick Velios and Brent Warren. And now timeout Weymouth. And the Wildcats with 2:09 left have a 4th down and 9 situation. Situation, the Wildcats have got to get it to the box, to their own 40-yard line. And Boxers, I was about to say, is the fact that they're going to be coming after Mark Stanton, who's had a great game. Stanton pressure. Mark. Incomplete. Intended for Steve Karasi, who was out there. It just came up short, and the Wildcats with 2 minutes to go find themselves behind the 8 ball.
Brockton takes over first and 10.
Mark made a nice try with a pass, and it just came up short, but Stanton, you got to give him credit. The way he was running around under the pressure just to get away from the initial pursuit. Craig Bernard has been in there half of the second half. You got to look at Brent Warren, Sampieri. They're all coming after him, the Wildcat quarterback.
We'd like to thank the fans from Weymouth and Brockton High for their loyal support throughout the season and for their attendance at today's game.
Yeah. The Boxers are going to be killing the clock. Lucien Belanger, a couple of yards in the timeouts.
The ball carrier for Brockton.
For the Wildcats, are very few left. And there's one of them with 1:54 left. So you have to salute this Wildcat defense. They have done a remarkable job in this game. have kept on coming at this Boxer ball club. And Belanger fumbles. Weymouth has got it one more time, maybe. Lynn Campbell comes up with a football. And, well, the Wildcats have to go 79 yards for the miracle. Can Mark Stanton and the Wildcats do it? We'll find out. Kersey the draw, and people wonder about the call, but the fact of the matter is, during the season, Kersey's busted off 30 and 40-yard runs, and what they're trying to do is take a little pressure off Mark Stanton, get some yardage, and not be setting into a second and about, I'll say, 14 situation. Stanton, pressure, dumped. Mark just ran out of time. Timeout, Weymouth. Craig Bernard on the tackle, and the Wildcats have a 3rd down and 11 situation coming up. Mark Stanton's final high school game, and he's done a lot of things superbly in this game. A lot of the seniors have really demonstrated the class that they have. Stanton, pressure. Firing it over the middle. Patrick Velios almost comes up with the interception.
Pass intended for Ely Pierce.
Ely Pierce, the intended receiver, and Ely had Velios on him, and as it went off his hands, well, Patrick Velios almost under deflection. And the offensive coordinator, Kevin Corbin, gets the troops back to the huddle quickly. 1:06 left, 4th down. Stanton that time with excellent protection. Mark. Almost intercepted. Stanton just firing that one.
Intended to Fernandez.
As Manny Fernandez, the intended receiver, and Mark Stanton just floated it downfield. I did not know who he was going for, and the Boxers will take over. And with 59 seconds left, they should be able to grind out the clock. And for the Wildcats, in the years that I've done in the games, I'll tell you, this group of players has given a great deal of effort.
1A Super Bowl tickets will go on sale
over the year.
The high school
they may have not have had the most talent, they may have not have had the most luck, but this group of individuals over there,
University, Brockton versus
white
an unknown opponent at this
shirts,
time.
maroon and gold helmets, they have given everything that you could ask for. As Michael Shaheen puts the knee down, all he's got to do is 1, maybe 2 more knee touches, and that will do it. The Boxers will head on to Boston University for the 1A Super Bowl against, you heard the public address announcer say, unknown opponent, either Xaverian or Arlington. For this Wildcat team, well, they're going to look at, for them, the situation. They'll have to go to the weight room, get themselves back to what they were successful doing, being strong and powerful. They'll lose some great seniors, and then get to applaud them. Mark Stanton, Manny Fernandez, Adam Good, Joe Donovan, who missed this game, Kevin Burns, George Papacrista, Shue Cunningham and company. They all had outstanding seasons. They all had their personal glory moments. The Wildcats gave Brockton everything they could imagine and a great deal more, but the Boxers had the knockout punch in the second half. Michael Bourne, 2 touchdown runs in the second half. The difference in this one, as the Boxers defeat the Wildcats 21-14. And it's a season that you have to applaud this football team for giving it everything they got. They just could not overcome the size and strength of the Boxers. And head coach Joe Kelly and his staff this year has really been very accessible in the times that I've had to talk to them throughout the season. Defensive coordinator Ross Satora, line coaches Pat Weber and Tony Manzelli, offensive coordinator Kevin Corbin. They've given me everything you could want and a great deal more as far as help throughout the season, and I want to thank them. It's been a a lot of fun. This 1992 season hasn't been the best of times, and it hasn't been the worst of times either, but this ball club may have just set a statement for next year if they can come out with this type of determination and work ethic, because they will be interesting to watch next year. The Wildcats just could not come back and pull off the late game heroics once again. Boxers 21, Wildcats 14. Happy Thanksgiving to one and all from all of us here at Dimension 36, and also thank you to Continental Cable for the power supply in bringing you this broadcast. Good night, everyone, from Marciano Stadium.